is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government.
Hey guys, this is Kayla, and get ready with me while I tell y'all a bit about the Purge movie and why it relates to futurism. Okay, so a little background information is the Purge movie is a dystopian action horror movie that was made back in 2013, but it's based on the future of America. Like, basically what it is the government created like one day out of the whole year for all crime to be legal, like including murder. And so this whole thing lasts about like 12 hours to where they can do anything they wanted. They called it a reborn nation, basically. And the reason they did this was because they wanted crime rates and unemployment to go down. This ends up working in their favor because crime rates were lower than ever, and the unemployment rate was only at 1%, which is really, really good. And this whole purge thing actually helped people take out all the hatred and frustration that they had like built up in their bodies. So how they would do it was that they would set a time for the time of the purge, which was from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And the government would announce it by sending out an emergency broadcast system to let everyone know that the purge had started. And then as the broadcast was going, they would mention to everyone that all emergency services like the ambulance and the cops and whoever else would become unavailable until the purge was over. Okay, so this movie takes place in a house of a very wealthy family known as the Sandin family, who every year boards up and guards their house to the best of their ability so they can stay safe from what's going on like from the outside. Essentially what they did was they made a whole system that allowed them to arm and disarm their house from a click of a button, which the dad of the family actually sells those to other families to protect them, which is how they get like most of their money. And so as soon as it hits 7 p.m., their family and whoever else's family arms their house and keeps it armed until the purge is over. And basically, with this system, it's practically impossible to break in, or so they thought. What ends up happening is once the purge starts, some random guy just pops up outside of their house and basically begs for help. And one of the kids, whose name is Charlie, feels bad for him and wants to help him out, so he runs over to their security system and disarms the house to let him in. But the parents saw it right away and got mad and tried to arm the house like as soon as they could. But it was too late. The guy was able to get into the house. They actually find out soon after, though, that this guy was running from a group of people. And who this group of people was known as the Purgers. And what they do is they dress up every year in masks and they give themselves a target that they have to go and catch and kill like it's some kind of game. And this year's target was the guy that Charlie let inside. Anyway, so this group of people actually go and find this family's house and starts talking to them like through the security cameras and trying to break in and telling them that if they don't hand over the guy, then they're gonna kill the whole family with him, which puts the whole family in a huge dilemma because they want to help the guy out, but if they do, then they put their own lives at risk. And in order to protect themselves, they're gonna have to hand over the guy to the group of people to be killed. After some thought, they do end up deciding to help the stranger out, but due to this, it causes a whole chain of events to happen as the group of people try to break in and get to their yearly target. This movie contributes a lot to futurism by showing the near future of America and what they're willing to do to keep the crime and unemployment rates down. Some futuristic elements that they show in this movie is that they have societal control and surveillance, meaning that they're able to control the people in the US and keep an eye on them, basically. And they use this purge to manage the population and the issues that the society has. Which, another element that they show in this movie would be economic disparities, because in this movie, you can easily tell between the rich and the poor. All of the rich and wealthy families are able to buy like a bunch of the security systems that are able to help them protect themselves from the purge. But then there's the poor who aren't able to afford the kind kind of security systems that they have. So in order for them to survive and stay safe from the purge, they have to actually fight and work to be able to live. This movie shows exactly how bad society can get and the lengths people are willing to go through to just be able to live and be able to see another day. Has all been really great examples of why the Purge movie does represent and contribute to futurism. Like, this could be our near future for America. Like, so much has already happened, and this could be where we're leading up to. So, thanks for watching. The end. Goodbye.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed.